She actually is crying now.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. As promised, we're doing part 2 of the Q&A, literally back to back from part 1 because we had so many questions and I just felt bad not answering everyone's questions. So Kyle is still here in a short 30-hour trip home and we're gonna finish the Q&A. So I guess we'll just get right to it. The first time we really started to develop faith.
I would say we both were kind of like we believed and, you know, went to church every once in a while. But it didn't really get serious till towards the end of our first relationship.
Even then, I wouldn't even say it was really that serious. I feel like we're like kind of a lot of Christians where, you know, you go to church every once in a while, you watch a sermon, you like find a Bible quote you like, and you tweet it and like, oh my gosh, this Bible quote is so good, and that's really the extent of it. You don't really, you know, you're sad, so you look up a Bible verse and you're like, oh, that's good.
But you know when you're happy.
Yeah, like it wasn't really, and I don't know if it was just because we were young or I don't come from a super religious family. I would even say that I really didn't get super serious about my faith until a few months ago. I would say. By super serious, I mean like now I read the Bible every morning as soon as I wake up. That's the first thing I do. I read the Bible and I pray every night before I go to bed. To me, that's being serious. Like I literally, you know, read the word and reflect on the word and try to implement the word into my daily life. Even though I've called myself a Christian for a long time, I don't think I really understood what it meant to, you know, be saved or like, you know, like I don't think I understood it. I didn't live my life the way Jesus would want me to live my life, if that makes sense. Like I lived a very worldly life, and especially my senior year of high school and freshman year of college, I just really lost myself in who I was and, you know, did a lot. And I'm just now kind of really discovering how amazing God's grace is. I would watch weekly sermons and I would take notes over the sermons, but that would be it, you know, and then I would just go back to living my worldly life. Like that was just it. I really do need to start living the way Jesus would want me to live, and I'm reading the word, interpreting the word, and trying to implement the truth into my life, and I think that's like a whole nother level. So I think that's why I'm saying like I'm a new Christian, because I just feel like I've entered like this whole nother level that I just didn't even understand before. I mean, Kyle and I, like after we got engaged, we're like, you know what, like we want to go into marriage the way God would want us to go into marriage. Decided to like be pure after we got, like we've always believed in Christ, so like we made that decision after we got engaged, but even then I wasn't doing the things that I'm doing now.
I kind of strayed away from the path my freshman year of college just because I wasn't consistent in my Bible readings or even watching sermons, or, you know, I tried to always be a good person, but it just wasn't the same level as my senior year of high school. But now that, you know, since we got back together, it's been a lot. Yeah, Coach Bennett, the best advice he gave me before I proposed was we have to think of our relationship as a triangle. So God's at the top, and then me and Lex are in the corners, and the only way we get closer to each other is if we get closer to God.
Yeah. Favorite quality about each other?
The thing that I was so drawn to for you is just how independent and how like strong you are as an individual.
Get that from my mama.
Yeah, yes you do. Yeah, that was the biggest thing for me.
Really?
Besides your sheer beauty.
What I love most about Kyle, I think, is he just has such a kind heart. I think that's what I love most about you. People could be so mean to him and he still would just be so kind. I'm not like that, so I think that's what I like most about you. Yeah, we balance each other out very well. I'm a very fiery personality. He calms me down when I start to get a little fired up. How often do you get to see each other during the school year / basketball season, given that you go to schools in different states and given that Kyle doesn't have as many school breaks because of basketball practice and games?
Not that often.
Yeah, it really just depends. I mean, so last semester I had an internship in Indy and I had Fridays off, so I was able to come kind of honestly every few weeks, I feel like.
I mean, she saw like 12 or 14 games.
Yeah, I was able to see so much, and I was able to come to all of the tournament games. I was able to see a lot, but I'm not going to be able to do that this year. I'm going to actually be in school. I mean, it really just depends. Sometimes we'll go 2 to 3 months without seeing each other. Sometimes we'll only go a few weeks. But even when we do see each other, people don't understand it's for a very, very short period of time. I'll usually get in pretty late Friday. Then we'll get up on Sunday, have breakfast with...
Saturday.
We'll get up on Saturday, have breakfast with whoever else is there, because it's never just me. Like, Kyle always has family at all of his games. It's just so cool, actually. So we'll get up and go have breakfast with whoever else is there, and sometimes it'll just be us who go have breakfast. Then Kyle usually has shoot around like, 11 or 12. So then he's gone for a few hours, and then he'll come back, and we'll chill with whoever else is there, or we'll chill by ourselves for like 2 to 3 hours, and then he has to go back to the gym, and then he has a game. By the time we get home from the game, it's like 11 o'clock, and then I get up early on Sunday and leave.
That's pretty much how it goes.
Yep. So we don't really actually get to see each other.
No.
But I have a fall break in October, and usually I come and hang out with him during that fall break. But I mean, obviously he has practice and class during that too, so I just hang out with him when he has nothing going on, which isn't
She's
very
a trooper. She'll
often.
just chill at the house.
Yeah, and just do whatever.
Well, now she has this to keep her. Now you have this to keep her.
Yeah, now I guess I'll just vlog my days at Virginia. Every few weeks, it's nice to see each other, even if it's like not that long. So, yeah, it's kind of crazy, but it goes by so fast. And then the year's over, and we get like a nice 5 weeks together, and then he goes back to school. But it goes by so fast that,
Yeah, almost done.
yeah, we're almost done. One more year of it, and then we're done. Oops. Have we played one-on-one, and who won?
I don't think we have.
I don't think
I
we
mean,
have
in the
either.
pool at Nana's, I've dunked on you a few times.
We haven't played one-on-one. That would be fun to do. Let's do it.
All right, we're gonna
I
do it.
used to play basketball. I don't think people know.
She
I
would be really
know
good
the
at
game.
the pack line defense.
That's the only reason I played. I just like to throw that out there. Like, if I was not a good defender, I would not have been playing. My offense was subpar. I would just also like to say that I know the game of basketball probably just as well, if not better than Kyle.
We'll go with just as well.
What do I think if Kyle declared for the draft? More power to you, babe. Follow your dreams. I'm all about Kyle pursuing his dreams. And if that's being an NBA player, that's being an NBA player. If that's, what's another job that's like not NBA?
UPS.
If that's being UPS man, it's being UPS man. It doesn't matter to me what Kyle does. I actually knew Kyle before he was really...
She didn't believe I was good at basketball when we first started dating.
It doesn't matter to me. He could quit basketball today, and I would still love him, and I would still marry him. So, if you want to declare for the draft, babe,
More power to me.
more power to you. How do we stay close / feel connected despite the distance and busy schedules?
Communication.
Yeah,
Sounds so simple, and
but it's hard.
it is hard because of the busy schedule.
Yeah, because, I mean, Kyle's really busy because of basketball, but I'm also really busy. I'm super involved at school. I'm a bonner, so I do 140 service hours a semester, so I'm constantly like in class volunteering. I'm also a media fellow, so I have to work for one of the media outlets, so I'm always doing that. And then
Well, what sucks is those things don't always overlap. I'll be in practice from 2 to 6, pretty much, and then you'll have something from 7 to 8.
Yeah, most of my stuff is during the day, and he's free early during the day, and that's when I'm super, super busy. And then kind of around dinner time is when I start to like, things start to die down, but then he's in practice, and then it's nighttime, and we both are so tired, and we just want to go to bed, but we haven't talked to each other all day. Like, we'll go 2 days and have only actually talked to each other for altogether probably 20 minutes because we're just so busy and have so much going on. And I think a lot of that is just being really understanding with each other and really flexible with each other and just know.
And telling each other your schedule, like, hey babe, like give them a heads up.
Well,
Because then the expectations aren't like you're not thinking we're gonna talk all day.
Yeah, that's true. One thing we started doing before my internship, like when I was in school in the fall, is that we shared a calendar, so we always knew.
Look all cozy.
I think, but Google Calendar is honestly better. We need to do that this year. But we like shared a calendar, so we always knew what each other had going on. So it just made things so much easier, I think. Times where I start to get so mad and so frustrated, but I always have to remind myself this is not Kyle's fault. It is not my fault. It's just the circumstances that we're in, and we just have to constantly remind ourselves not to get frustrated with each other. What's really, really hard is when you spend a lot of time together and then you have to be apart again. That's hard when you have to readjust. That's the hardest. I actually got this question a lot, and I feel like everyone just wants me to say Ty because of the comments on Instagram pictures, but
He's the most annoying friend that I have.
this question says, out of all of his teammates, who is the most annoying? And I think people want me to say
It's
Ty.
a duo. It's him and Dre.
I don't think they're annoying.
They're two peas in
I think people.
Annoying, no.
I think people see the comments on your Instagram
I think
pictures,
they think they're being serious.
and they think we're being serious, but we're not being serious. We're just kidding.
Yeah, no. I love time.
We're literally
They're so
just
funny.
joking. Like, we are not being serious, people. How many kids do we want?
I'm really cool with whatever. I mean, I say 3, but she wants 2. So
No.
like,
We can't
Oh
have
my
3
gosh.
kids. We can't have 3 kids because then when we go to an amusement park, it's an uneven number and someone's always left out when we get on rides.
no, because one kid's gonna be old enough to bring a friend.
No.
Yes.
No.
We're not going to Kings Island. We're not going to Kings Island
We're
or
not-
Busch Gardens when the kids are 5, 3, and 1.
No, I just.
But when they're 12, 10, and 8,
I don't want a number of kids. Someone's always going to feel left out. How are we going to evenly divide our attention between 3 kids? But we can evenly divide our attention between 2. How far ahead did you have the proposal plans?
I had a lot of things written down in my notes, like a lot of ideas. Like when you got home from South Africa, I was gonna.
Propose at the airport?
No, I was gonna. Well, kind of. I was gonna have someone pick you up from the airport and take you somewhere. Like I had this. I don't know. I had a lot of ideas. But to answer the question, I planned it while you were there. So.
Was I expecting him to propose anytime soon? Yes, I was. I was expecting him to propose. Like, we talked about it. We talked about it all the time. And I would literally tell him, like, so when are you going to propose to me? Are you going to propose yet? By the ring? Are you going to propose? Like, I would.
And I didn't want to answer anything because I wanted it to be a surprise.
I was so ready to be engaged. Best relationship advice to give. What's yours?
They kind of go together well. I know it's kind of beating the dead drum when you say communication, but that and patience are my 2 things.
Oh, patience is huge. I
And you're not
struggle.
very patient.
Yeah. Relationships really challenge you so much to be a better person. And yeah, patience is huge. I struggle with being a patient person. Gotten better.
Much better.
I'm still not very good,
I think
but
much better though.
I've gotten better. I think my biggest advice is just relationships are all about expectations. And you need to communicate your expectations for each other. Because if you're not communicating your expectations, you're going to be upset when your expectations aren't met, and you're going to have conflict. But I can't get mad at Kyle for not meeting my expectations if I never even communicated my expectations from the beginning. Relationship goals and, oh, you guys are goals. And people say that to us all the time. And I just think people need to realize when you look on Instagram or Twitter, you're seeing literally the best version of our relationship, not seeing us when we're fighting or when we're disagreeing or any of that stuff. So it's very easy in our world to look at relationships and think, you just keep
And they continue.
to look at relationships and think, oh my gosh, they're so perfect. I want a relationship that's perfect like that. But that's not how it is. Relationships aren't perfect. And I think also just God in the center of your relationship too. Forgiving is easier when your circumstances change. Your identity, you know, in Christ and as a couple doesn't.
It's
So
pretty solid, yep.
yeah, that would also be, I think,
Yeah.
I don't want to like preach people to death, but it really does make such a big difference. How do you deal with the fanfare that you guys both get? And for Kyle, how do you deal with opposing teams fans heckling you? I do struggle with the hate, even though it's not even directed towards me. Like, I hate when people are like that because, one, they don't know what it's like to have that pressure put on them every single game to perform, to do well. And they were put in your shoes, like they couldn't do it. It's so hard. One, it's so physically demanding. Like, you travel, you're practicing every day, you're working hard every day, and then you have to get on the court and you have to perform every single game. He's so rude, and I just don't get it. Like, what do you get out of being so mean?
Kind of get used to it after a while.
Tune him out.
Tune them out. I've been dealing with it for
Since high school.
6 years now. Going on 7. Yeah, you just gotta tune them out. I mean, they're gonna say what they say, just like they say it on Twitter, or, you know, after a bad game or whatever. You're not doing it for them, so, and they don't know what it's like to be in your shoes, so, you know, whatever they say is very irrelevant, and that gives me peace of mind, so I don't really. I hear them, but I'm not listening.
Is doing long distance at times hard? Also, do you guys do devotions together, or what do you do to keep your faith strong?
Yes, long distance is very hard, but like
It's not for everyone.
It's not for everyone, no. I'm very lucky and blessed to have Lex because she's a trooper. She'll go through the ringer to make sure that, you know, our relationship is good, and, you know, she makes a lot of sacrifices that nobody sees. And, you know, I'm forever grateful for that.
You're gonna make me cry.
She actually is about to cry.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
she actually is crying now. I love
Oh, me too. The second part. Also, do you guys do devotions together or not? Or not? What do you do to keep your faith strong?
Yes, as we mentioned earlier, we FaceTime a lot and do devotions together or watch a sermon. We watch Elevation Church all the time. They're
Yeah,
so
Elevation.
awesome.
I really don't have a home Indiana church right now. Like, I'm really struggling to find a church here in Indianapolis that I just love, because I love Elevation Church. I just
They're
can't
unreal.
even describe it. Like, it's in the South, and they're the most diverse church. Like, the most segregated time in the U.S. is on a Sunday morning, but it is not that way at Elevation Church. It's so diverse, so full of so many different socio and economic classes, backgrounds, race, like everything. It's just so diverse, and like, that's what God wants, you know? And every single time I watch their sermon,
They're speaking to me.
yeah, it's just, they're such an amazing church. I watch their sermons on live stream every single Sunday morning. I'm in their e-group, like Facebook group. I literally tithe to their church because I feel like I get so much out of them. And I also listen to all of their worship music, the best worship music ever. Also, what we kind of do faith related is that we both have like our own separate thing that we do on our own. And I think that's important. We have our own separate relationship with God and our own separate things that we do on our own, and then we have like the things that we also do together. And I have a prayer book that's like just specifically for Kyle and I's relationship, where I write down all of my prayers for Kyle and our prayers for our marriage and us and that kind of stuff. Okay, last question. If we could travel anywhere, where would we go?
That's tough.
That is really hard.
There's so many places we want to go.
I would go, well, I want to go back to Spain. I want to go to Barcelona because I didn't get to go to Barcelona.
Which I've been to.
What you've been to? We want to go back and watch a soccer game there.
I want to go to South Africa, which she's
I've been to, but I want to go back to South Africa and do a hiking route up the coast of the Cape that ends at the Elephant National Park. I think that would be really fun. I want to go to Fiji really bad. I want to go to Australia really bad. I want to go to Bora Bora. I want to go to the Maldives.
I'm pretty much cool with all of those.
You know where I kind of want to go in the U.S.?
Talk to me.
Montana.
Oh yeah, that and Utah. They
Yeah.
have really cool
We should go.
Oh my god.
All right, guys, thank you so much for watching our part 2 of our Q&A. I hope you got all your questions answered and you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video... Are you pointing?
I'm pointing to subscribe. Sorry.
Oh, don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. We love you guys. Bye.